Hi everyone, today we have a new video review, and as you can see, this time we are going to talk about fresh release from ICM, which comes in 135 scale. We get here Sd.Kfz.3b with a Flak 38 mounted in the rear section, so it's quite an interesting modification in a popular scale. And as you can see, the kit number is 35455, and as you can see, the name is quite interesting because it's a Truppen-Luftschutzwagen. And well, we have here the commercial sample, so it means you will be getting exactly the same stuff as what you'll see in this video review, and it's, as I said, a great opportunity to build a diorama with this vehicle. So first of all, the box size is not that huge. Here you can see comparison with the hand, and also the box art is quite nice here. On the side you'll find also the short safety information note and also some information about the kit. It's written here that we get just give me a second. Box is surprisingly heavy, by the way, and we get here 402 parts. An assembled vehicle will be 183 millimeters long, and here on the opposite side you can see two marking options which are included, but obviously you're not limited by them. You can find something different in case you have some ideas. You can also experiment a bit and get a completely different look from what is supplied here in the box. In case you are interested in the previous releases from ICM, I reviewed them here on the same YouTube channel, so you can find them easily and also check what is hidden in the boxes, just like what we are doing right now. And I have to say that the previous year was quite successful for ICM because of the amount of the interesting releases, so I hope this one will not be different. As you can see, they are starting with a bang because we have quite interesting combinations of the kits. So that's a typical design of the box for ICM, and if you have bought one of their kits you will be familiar here. And as I said, the weight is quite noticeable. That's because we get a lot of plastic sprues here, so I'll just move the box to the side, and the sprues are packed into two plastic bags, so I will open the first one in a second. As you can guess, the sprues are separated based on what for they will be used. So one is for the Flak and one is for the truck. Okay, so here, without any additional rhymes, we are continuing with the first sprue for the Flak, and as you can see, the parts division is quite typical, and some of you might be familiar with this because it was also released as the separate kit from ICM. So here we just continue with its inclusion into the truck combo, but overall quality was really nice, and here you can see also the parts from the opposite side. So attachment points are also quite thin, so I don't think you'll have any issues here. And the same size sprue comes with the main gun here, and as you can see, another side of the supports. So everything looks cool. Maybe it's also a good idea to think how to weather this item or this setup, because it will be a really good opportunity to play a bit with some additional weathering in order to make something special, make something different from what we are all used to see on the exhibitions. And next there is the special part. So I guess this one is specific for today's kit, because here we get the part for installation on the truck. So this thing or this base will be used on the rear plate. As you can see, we also have the new chassis bars, and overall it looks nice. It's a smooth panel, so no wooden texture whatsoever, and if you would like to replicate it, you'll have to do it with your own hands and tools. And one more plastic sprue. Well, it's actually a pair of the plastic sprues, because here we get the ammo boxes. As you can see, they're absolutely identical, so there are no surprises here, and I think it will be easy to assemble them, but they will be in the closed position, so you won't be able to show what is inside. Next is the plastic sprue set for the truck. So I'm opening the plastic bag as well. And let me just take out the sprues. Okay, so we are going to start with the sprue H. I will place it here. Let's adjust it like this, zoom out a bit. And now you can see here the panels for the front cap. I would say the parts division is more or less logical, what you would expect from such release. So there are no unpleasant surprises, and there are even separate doors. So it might be handy for some diorama ideas, especially if you have some figurines in your boxes in the spare parts. So then definitely go for it, because in 1/35 scale it will only be better for the whole build. Here you can see also the panels from the opposite side, nothing interesting, just the plain surface. But that's how it was on the real truck as far as I remember. And also here we have the clear frame. It is packed into the separate plastic bag, and parts look great, but I'm not sure if we actually get the masking template here, so we will see it when we will be checking the assembly manual. More of the front cap parts can be found on the next plastic sprue, and frankly speaking, I'm not sure. No, this version will not be used, because here we have the different types of the panels and doors. We will be actually using the previous one, which is simple boxy structure. So that's how it is proposed with this current version. But some of those parts might be useful for some scratch building later. And here you can see them also from the opposite side. So we have some slight push marks, but again, those parts are not used. And maybe this front cap remaining parts, they might be actually a useful thing to build a hot rod in 1/35 scale, but this is just one of my ideas. And next is the sprue A. So here we get the parts for the drivetrain, suspension, and the engine. So engine is included, but I'm not sure if it will be easy to expose it, because as you saw, the engine panels are molded together. So you have to think through how to open the bonnet panels so that they will look like on the real thing. So it might be actually handy to get some reference material, and then you'll get a bit more sophisticated look. Next is the sprue. Well, I don't see the letter, but it's the sprue which is dedicated to the tracks, and the front wheels are also here. So it's the sprue actually E, it's written here. So we have the suspension, the full suspension is here, and the front wheels will be actually found on the next sprue. But the tracks, as you can see, we have also the separate track links as well as the one-piece lengths. So you have to combine those together, but obviously it is better than the typical vinyl offering, which we are used to seeing some kits even today. And if I flip over this plastic sprue, as you can see, the molding quality is really good. We have the alignment elements, and they will help you with the proper installation and assembly. And one more plastic sprue for the truck. It's the one which is labeled as the sprue C. So here we have the wheels for the front axle. Obviously not all of them will be used, because this is only the half track. And also we have the plate for the rear bed. We have some suspension parts. I'm not sure what else will be used from here, but as you can see, the molding quality is good and the wheels are plastic, so this will give you a bit more realistic result, in my opinion. At least I'm a fan of plastic wheels, not the rubber wheels, because they're easier to paint, to weather, and the final result looks a bit more convincing in comparison with the vinyl parts. Next we continue with the decals. So I will bring them like this. As you can see, these are two decal sheets, because one is dedicated to the truck and one is specific for this Flak 38. And as you can see, the kit numbers are different because they're coming from those solo releases, as I said before. And that's not all, we also get the assembly manual. So this one is actually combined for both, so meaning that here you will find instructions both for truck and also for the Flak. So I will just slip my tag to the side. So here we have the history note, we have the technical specifications. If I open it, the parts map shows exactly what we were discussing. So as you can see, some of the parts, some of these curved cap parts, some of the wheels, they will not be used, and they might be a handy material for your future scratch builds. Next we continue here with the main chassis, and I can see that the engine is assembled there. It might be a good idea to add some wiring in case you plan to expose it. Maybe also some brake lines to the wheels, because this should be visible even on the finished model. So as you can see here, we have the front wheel axle being installed, and then we start working on the rear suspension, this tracked part. And as you can see, that's the separate sub-assembly, so it might be a good opportunity to use for the separate painting and weathering, and then just installing onto the whole model. But this is just my suggestion, because as you can see on the next steps we start working on the front cab, and it's exactly in the same fashion, meaning that it gets assembled separately, and manufacturer does not suggest the open bonnet version, but we have the special cutout there, so it might be possible to tweak it a bit and show what is inside. Otherwise the engine will be just hidden inside and it will not be visible on the finished model. Here we continue with the two assembly options. As you can see, the side walls can be also dropped down, and it will be better visible. The Flak itself will be better visible. So here we have the assembly manual for the Flak, and we have also the armored and version without the armor. That's also a cool variation. So better check your references. And here we continue with the special stand or platform for the Flak, which will be placed in the rear. And that's pretty much all. As you can see, these are two different assembly versions, and more assembly versions are coming here. And this is the first marking option, which comes in this nice camouflage. And another one is the winter vehicle, where you can play with the weathering a bit more. So I guess some modelers will be actually in favor of this marking option. So overall, it's a really great combo, which should be already available in Modelium. In case you would like to have one in your collection, you know where to get it. And of course, I will be happy to hear your opinion, so do not forget to write it here in the comment section below. And I will see you in the next video review as usual. Thank you for joining me today, and bye.